Hey everybody, it's Matt Dyan and welcome
Hi.
back to Ok Aussie. In today's episode, we're going to talk about seizure detection device. A box has arrived. Now,
I'm so excited.
okay, stop that excitement just because you've been.
So I have to freaking wear it.
Well, you
This
do.
is enough?
There's no point me wearing it. No point the cat wearing it. That's enough. That'll just give us your heart rate and that'll give us your oxygen, and that's just been pinging all day long anyway.
Okay, show me what this stupid thing looks like.
Hold on, you remember this. Now, let's put
Is it
some...
exactly the same one? Because it gave me like a little pimple right in the spot because it gets the sweats in
Her memory. Her memory's terrible. Okay. And I'm not surprised with the lack of oxygen around here and the amount of seizures that's been having. So let's give some backstory to the peeps at home who don't know about this. Dyan, as you know, has got this chromosomal disorder thing called 22q, 11.2 deletion syndrome. She's also got ADHD, that's why she can go off on tangents really quickly. Autism, OCD, Tourette's, multiple different types of seizures, myoclonus, absence, focal aware, and tonic-clonic ones I don't like. She has skeletal problems, GI problems, autoimmune problems, hypermobility problems. The list goes on. About 180 different things affect Dyan's body and symptoms. So, before we go into that, Dyan has actually got a book today.
Okay, so I got a book today that Sir and my carers have to read to me.
That will be me anyway, because I'm the only carer at the moment. But anyway, let's keep going.
Yes, at the moment.
Yeah.
My overnights I haven't had to call downstairs yet.
No.
But basically...
Yeah.
I should bring them up for insomnia parties, shouldn't I, for the autism insomnia?
Problem with you if we do that is you also then reawaken.
That's why I've got this. So guys...
Hence the book.
This...
Not to hit her on the head to make her go to sleep, though. Trust me, that has come up in conversation a few times.
Now,
don't give me that look. You don't sleep. You're an insomniac.
Now, I know that there is podcasts, but
yes,
there's always some annoying interruption.
Like
and you've got to have it turned off and all the rest of it.
Sure.
So this is for Sir and my carers to, you know... No, but the people downstairs, they can just literally, as soon as I've fallen asleep, if they're reading it to me,
walk out
they
quietly,
can just leave.
Wake you up and start again.
No, it won't.
Anyway, keep going.
Pessimistic.
I'm not being pessimistic. I want to hear more about this.
Grateful you got backup.
I have. That's why I put this in place. We've got overnight on-site supports. First time in 5 years of having supports available at night time from 10 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning, just in case.
I'm not a people person. Okay, that's what he's trying to say.
That's what I'm trying to say. But keep going. Let's go with the story for a moment.
I'm not anti-social and I'm not anti-people.
No.
It's just people don't always take to me very well because I'm
true
autistic.
Yeah.
And they think that I should just be neurotypical, and it's like, well, that's not the brain I have.
Okay.
So anyway, the book is called, I got this from Big W, in case you want to know.
Big W.
The Lost Flowers of
$12.
Alice Hart. And it's about a story.
Let me show the cover while you're getting your glasses on. Or would you like me to actually read it for them?
Yeah, read just the blurb. It's a really interesting story.
Okay. Onto the back. A captivating novel about how our untold stories haunt us and the stories we tell ourselves in order to survive. 9-year-old Alice Hart grows up in an isolated, idyllic home between sugarcane fields and the sea, where her mother's enchanting flowers and their hidden messages shelter her from the dark moods of her father. When tragedy irrevocably changes her life, Alice goes to live with the grandmother she never knew existed on an Australian native flower farm that gives refuge to women who, like Alice, are lost or broken. In the Victorian tradition, every flower has a meaning, and as she settles into her new life, Alice uses this language of native flowers to say the things that are too hard to speak. As she grows older, family secrecy, a devastating betrayal, and a man who's not all he seems combine to make Alice realise there are some stories that flowers alone cannot tell. If she is to have the freedom she craves, she must find the courage to possess the most powerful story she knows, her own.
Isn't that awesome?
It's a Queensland Literary Awards finalist. It's a 2019 ABIA, which is the Australian Book Industry Awards winner, and it's going to be soon to be an original series on Amazon Prime Video. About to be narrated by me, apparently.
We're going to have to read it first. So
I'll be reading it. You'll be listening.
I'm a dyslexic, and also it's to get me to sleep.
Yes.
So, yeah, he'll be reading this to me because
in my nighttime,
he's an avid reader,
fall asleep voice,
and he can read really well, and I'm not. So
That's cool. It's a good little
I
thing for us to
stumble
do.
because of my autism. I have dyslexia, and to read, it would annoy even a 5-year-old. Probably say you can't read. So anyway, and I've got a beautiful bookmark that says
You did as
"Believe
well.
in yourself"
Let's
with a
have a look.
poem. So that's rather
Believe
cute.
in yourself.
Yeah.
It is cool.
So that's
Thank you, Google Home
if
Automation.
anyone else
Reminders.
wants to know a tip to fall asleep, I know that
When melatonin doesn't
20
work, sleep medications don't work, circadian rhythm glasses don't work. What else? Alpha-nergin. When all those things don't work.
No, it's mainly when between 2Q we have a lot of anxiety and fear.
Yeah.
And I have never been good with the transition of day to night.
Yeah, autistic.
And that's because of also autism and ADHD. So basically what that means is the autism is I can't handle the transition, right? I can't handle the fact that, you know, there's this like impending doom of having to lie still and go to sleep. That sounds like a nightmare to an autistic like me. And then also with my ADHD, who likes to be active, it is a very like I put a lot of pressure on myself to get to sleep.
You do.
So then that makes it harder to get to sleep because you're putting pressure on yourself to get to sleep.
And how does OCD affect that cycle of things as well?
Well, things just go round and round and round. So
like a merry-go-round.
Is a really good thing, and audiobooks I recommend too. But this is a really nice thing to be able to have someone to read to me, and he's the only carer, blah blah blah. But it's not going to be the case. That's not how it's going to be. And so they can do the same thing with me too, so that I don't get caught into the anxiety and fear. It's built in with 22Q. Yeah. It's not the same as mental illness or mental health in that way. It's just 22Q is just, it's part of our condition, what we're born like. And I've suffered like that as a child. So it'll help at night.
You're going to also be able to give a bit of a book review of how you like this particular Australian, written in Queensland book.
Because this is Australian, guys,
and, if you've got
and
books to share,
I just love stories that are, are kind of based on true stories. Yeah. And the way this one is, it's kind of, wouldn't be surprised if this is an autistic
well, you'll be able to find out
writer. Because to me, when I heard the blurb, when he read it to me at Big W, I was like, not only did I like that concept of the story, but I was like, that sounds really relatable and autistic. Yes. So anyway.
All right.
Sorry.
Back to our regular programming.
Back to what's important.
No, that's actually important, and I don't care about this. At the end of the day, that's actually a very good thing, and it's something which we can help you with sleep. Sometimes you don't need medication. Yes, you did. Would you like me to show them as well?
No.
You sure?
No, they've seen lots of them.
You positive? If you haven't seen that, go back and see our gemstone video recently.
I highly recommend you collect them. They're so
Specialised
fun.
collections. You know what it's like being autistic. Now, what is today's episode? Like I said, we're talking about the Nightwatch. Now, what is the Nightwatch? Don already wears a O2 monitor, which basically does oxygen saturation and heart rate. We use that during the day to grab all this graphical data. Really excellent reports, which shows not only motion and movement, but the heart rate and obviously what the oxygen's doing. So that's really useful. However, this device we trialed, I'm going to say almost 2 years ago. Yeah. Okay. We went through, now obviously Diane's had seizures for over 10 years. We would be in the range of getting up towards the 600 tonic-clonic seizures over the course of 10 years now. We already have the SAMI 3 camera. That's a camera device that we have in front up above monitoring Dyan for motion. It has an infrared, so we can see it at night time. Thank you for taking your medications. We had Google Automation, just remind Dyan then. The SAMI 3 is great for motion, but sometimes seizures can't be seen by motion alone. They may be just a tonic action where it's all stiff but there's no shake and bake. If she's covered with blankets because of the winter mode or wearing her hoodie, she may not be seen. Or if you happen to have a cat like we do that decides to jump around and move around during the night and visit us at 4 o'clock in the morning, just looking at you, Mr. Willow, who's sleeping right now, that's very convenient. That can also be causing false alarms with the camera. I noticed when I come in that I can see the Real Housewives of Orange County on screen.
And I was threading my banner.
Yeah, I've just done a short on your threading of your banner. Your banner made out of polystyrene. She came home, well I came home to her covered in snow.
He'd been to the post office to get
I had
that,
to go to the
and
post
in that
office to click
time, I
this.
decided to thread my
Ah, yes, she
my
decided to do
Taylor
something
Swift
unsupervised.
banner.
And subsequently, her bed was covered in snow. So I've just had to spend the last 15, 20 minutes de-snowing the house, basically,
Look,
what polystyrene's
never
like.
work with autistic children or animals.
And we've got all three happening at the same time, haven't we?
No,
Just
we
saying.
don't have the children thing. That's good.
Very good. Now, when we did the Nightwatch, like I said, almost 2 years ago, we had it for a month's trial. This is from Seizure Alert Australia, a really great organisation who's actually very much out there to support people who are experiencing epilepsy and seizures of a range of different types. They do provide a trial program to see whether this program actually works for you. We got that through in coordination with the NDIS at the time.
It's good to try things before you buy, guys.
It's very important because not all devices work. Let's be real.
With packages too, like if you buy a device that is expensive of a certain amount, and then you go, oh, that's a dodgy one, because there's a lot of scheming people in the medical industry trying to scheme devices. Make sure it's approved by TGA,
which is the Therapeutic Goods Administration, or the
make
FDA,
sure it's medical
the
grade,
American version of the same thing. Yep.
And then also, I would trial high cost items by hiring before you purchase.
Now that's the ideal.
Purchased,
doesn't mean that you can always do that, unfortunately. Not everybody provides that. But Seizure Alert Australia, and again, this is not a sponsored ad, I'm just seeing that because I actually appreciate the fact that they provide that as a service. They provide feedback and guidance. That's actually pretty good customer service, which you don't get all the time. So we trialled it for a month, and in that time, it is a wearable device. It's better to be placed on the arm so that obviously if there's any motion, it detects it. You can place it also on the leg, because sometimes you might only get motion in the lower limbs. And
I think for me, leg
can be a bit more comfortable for you. And because of that extremity, we can see if a motion moves. It monitors the heart rate as well as the motion. So what we've learnt with Dyan having seizures is that when she has tonic-clonic seizures, there is a heart rate spike. It actually goes up by a certain amount, and it's sustained, almost like she's doing exercise. Because if you think about it, that shaking activity is pretty much the same as doing an exercise, and that causes the heart rate to pump oxygen and blah around. Hopefully some oxygen, that would be good. Sometimes it doesn't pump enough oxygen. When it hits thresholds, this device will actually alert us. If the seizure occurs and there's movement, it will alert us. Now, when we're in previous accommodations, and unfortunately we've had to move a few times around, I wanted a system which would trigger an alarm even if I'm dead asleep, because sometimes I get very limited sleep and I'm just knocked out, as in so tired. I'm exhausted. I want something to still be able to wake me up, to be able to capture this and to be able to support and assist Dyan, because if she's in a seizure, she can't just go, hey, I'm having a seizure, come and help me. It doesn't work like that. But the problem with that is she may have rolled onto her face, smothering herself into her pillow. She may be having a cardiac event and require some sort of interventional medication. The seizures could be going on. She might be having aspiration where she's choking. A whole range of things could happen. And in fact, SUDEP, which is a sudden unexplained death from epilepsy, can occur most commonly between the hours of 10 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock in the morning. But commonly, the time when people are unsupervised, unmonitored. And even though I'm in the companion bed, this is peace of mind. But it's also going to be really good for data.
Yeah,
because you know what? Our clinical team love data. And I love giving them data. So here you go. You can have some more data. Because apparently the hundreds of videos that I've created showing many different types of seizures may not be enough data for some people. Anyway, let's go with this one. So this will add to our heart rate, our oxygen saturation, the BP that we take, the temperature that we take.
What do you call it?
Head of the curve, head of the line.
Genetic seizures are not known very well, guys, but Getter in Australia is leading the way in the world. We should be so proud.
I'm bubble wrapped.
This is exciting. It's even got bubble wrap.
Okay. Stimming. We've actually done a recent video also on Dyan's stimming and sensory toys that she has. Can she have the bubble wrap? Such simple things are actually a very useful little stim, and they've actually gone off and made then stimming toys with popping, which is really based on the same concept, and a bit of ASMR at the same time. Okay, all yours. Right, thank you, Caesar
Yeah,
Alert
I know,
Australia.
Jesse.
This will give me not only data and reports, but an alerting device. Comes in a nice zip box. The birds are going off.
Sorry, it's that time of the day.
Correct.
All right, guys.
Right, so this is, sorry, I don't mean to block you,
That's a cool case.
but it is a cool case. What's in the
it.
box? This is a bit of an unboxing, so why don't we actually find out a little bit more?
Is there
An
food?
Ethernet cable. We always need a blue Ethernet cable. As you're
no
talking to the
food.
IT guy who's probably
Why have they
got
made it
100 of
hard
those, but
to
anyway.
pop?
You do need that. Okay, a USB-C connector. Great, we've got one of those.
It's not water.
Right. We've got some end clips. These end clips actually go on the Alaki band, which goes around the waist or the arm and helps actually to seal the device down. You come with a very detailed, in multi-languages, mainly German, user manual. Now, I have actually
good is in
spoken
German.
to the development team behind this company. I actually had some good conversations via email, analysing the data, and they've been very supportive and assistive. Now, the funny thing is, when we tried this almost 2 years ago, got a good report out of it after a month's trial, sent that into the NDS and saying, well, look, you can see that there's all these videos, you can see that Dyan's having all this, you can see the seizures, you can see the risks that are occurring if we don't have supports around us or we don't have overnight supports. What if Dyan has seizures at night time when she's not being supervised? And of course, you know, the data saying that, well, look, she's had issues with aspiration, she's had issues with breathing, she's had cardiac related issues, and of course she's been resuscitated several times because of the seizures. So we submitted that to the NDS, hoping that they'd obviously support and fund Dyan. Well, that took a while to get through, and escalations and changes of circumstances and appeals and complaints and requests, and now went on to what was known as the AAT, the Administrative Appeals Tribunal. That's the highest point of complaints. About 95% of the complaints that get to the AAT get resolved in favour of the participants. It's really a battle of attrition with the NDIS, the National Disability Insurance Scheme. They basically, like many government departments, try and
want you to die.
push you off. Try to avoid
Death.
paying for things by frustrating
Like the
you, by
health
bogging you
system.
down, by
Just leave you in the waiting room.
spending a lot of years of
It's
your life just
disgusting,
writing reports
Australia.
and emails and requests and things.
So
But
bloody un-Australian.
anyway, that's
Stop the immigration.
that's the outcome of that process. Now, are you still bubbling as we go along? So there's German language manual for you to read.
Hey,
Sprechen Sie
Jessica.
Deutsch. Exactly. Our
If
friends
I
in
need
Germany.
You, I will message you, Jessica.
Now, this is the actual device, and it's got
Thank
a little
you, Jessica, for your
nodes
culture.
on it. That's the part that
Can you make
actually
this?
goes against the skin. So it can actually read the temperature of the skin. It can actually see or feel it's just like any pulse oximeter, the blood going through. So obviously being able to take a blood pressure or also in case a heart rate thing. And of course there'll be a movement detection device. Then there's this huge elastic band. Very good. That elastic band is obviously designed to be able to go around the hand, arm, leg, wherever it happens to be going, clip on through the device like such, and these end clips that we were given come into the end, and then you can lock it down. And obviously you can cut a few of these elastics off and reuse them, wash them, or whatever you need to do over time. Yes, you can. That's not a problem at all. Sometimes you just have to work out where it's most comfortable, where it's most sensitive, where it gets the best readings. We've been through all that process.
What is with the dorky pattern?
I don't know. You can wear it with the black side out if you want,
What
or
is
you
it?
can.
No, it's fine. Just thought.
It's just creative and in colour. Now it does have this
It's got red on it.
base station. That's what I was trying to find. It has the base station, which comes with more cords and plugs. Of course, well, you got to plug it in
That's
somehow.
smaller.
There she is. Let's plug it in. No, same size.
No, it's not.
No,
it's
same size.
smaller.
You're small.
It's
It's the
smaller.
same size.
It's
And
smaller.
there's another
I'll leave that there.
cord for obviously recharging that device as well. So that device is where the USB-C comes in, and you can obviously plug that in. So many cords, so many plugs, so many things. It's obviously got a network so that we can network the device. This device will work wirelessly, but you can obviously connect it initially by Ethernet into your modem or router in your home so that you can get onto your network with security, with peace of mind, and then once it's on the network,
so if the heart rate
you've
goes
got
up, the alarm goes off.
Exactly. So we can set the thresholds, And it has the two areas. If your heart rate hits certain peaks,
Well,
if your heart rate
that's gonna be a
drops,
problem at the moment.
so for example, if your heart rate drops to say 35 or below, now that could be concerning. We've had that happen in the past.
No, but
I want to know if it's happening. If it
gonna-
goes high,
You know what's going to happen?
What's
is
going
the
to happen?
combination now between my cardiac. How are we going to get through that? Because
We're
the alarm's
going
going
to-
to wake us up if
No.
I go really high,
so
really low.
how are we going to do that? We're going to set the thresholds to the levels that we want it to be set.
This has been going out of the thresholds all day,
Correct.
every day. Good luck.
No. So with that, they are what we call working thresholds. The working thresholds for me are to know if you're hitting ranges which we consider dangerous or whatever else, and we're doing that for recording purposes. Here we can add some
And you
sensitivity.
think my thing isn't going to do it during the night?
No, I know it will, actually. So it also comes with a whole range of quick guides in multiple different languages.
Are they
Again,
nice and plastic?
yep, nice and plastic or laminated. The quick guide will allow you to show how to do the device, how to connect it up, how to wear it, different alerts and indicators on the back with beeps and whatever else. How to connect it to the online portal so you can get all your reports up and going, all with information in one spot. Now, I'm not going to bore you by actually going through the whole configuration process, but I just thought I'd go through and show you what it is, why we've got to this point. We've looked at a range of other type devices. There are watches that can be worn that have got movement sensitivity, but a lot of time they're not medical grade enough, and they create a lot of false positives. There are lots of other things like sports watches and all that which can measure heart rates, create alerts, but again they're not always secure enough or medical grade enough to be able to provide alerts or the data.
For people who aren't got something maybe dangerous.
Correct.
But
this is now a medical device
grade,
which we have to rely upon, and this medical device also has to be supported because we have a battery backup system in the house, a UPS, uninterrupted power supply. It means if even if the power goes off, we've got a battery system, storage system, which is continuing to run essential services like this, or medical oxygen, or other sort of things that I might need to be able to monitor Dyan, to support Dyan, and obviously to recover.
I'm supposed to be on oxygen.
Yeah, that's the thing.
How many hours a day and night?
Well, at the moment, today's data has actually got worse
yeah, but that's
again.
not nighttime.
No, that's just daytime.
That's not
No,
overnight.
that's just daytime.
That's only 8
That's
hours.
daytime. You have gone from a low heart rate of 42 today up to 191 at rest, in bed, doing nothing. 191. Yeah. Your oxygen stats have gone as low as 82% saturation, and in fact you've actually spent over an hour today already with your oxygen levels well below 90%. Now remember the working range, 95 to 100, that's great.
Seizure
90
related,
to 95 ain't good, and it should always
not.
be a concern. But once it goes below 90, particularly 88 and below, that's you should be in hospital, seek medical help, have supplemental oxygen, all
It's
those
not
sort of things.
seizure related, is it?
What's that? The oxygen saturation levels?
Yeah.
No, not this.
And
That's
heart
because
rate.
we're not. No, this is to do with your heart.
Cardiac.
Is from what we've narrowed it down. Now, look, you can get with lack of oxygen. It can trigger seizures because you're starving the brain of
but I
oxygen.
have it.
You can have syncope, but you've had it all before
Yeah.
any of these things
Anyway,
occurred. All right, so
so
that's separate to
I
that.
reckon we were around my car.
Okay, no worries. So we've got an ankle monitor on now. That's good.
I need to get a wetsuit and a surfboard.
Why? How's that going to help us right now?
We went
The
to
ADHD
look at
brain
this
just went off
little
on
beach
tangents.
today, and
Okay,
I
we
decided
did.
I'm going to get a wetsuit.
You can see the amount of interest that she has in the Nightwatch, can't you? Look, it is a very good device.
It's going to be
It
bloody
is
annoying.
very important. It's essential for life saving. It's also very useful for the medical data.
My wrist.
But it's also yet another.
Take it away.
Okay,
It's
you
too addictive.
do. Right, remove the bubble wrap. Yes, we did go to past some of the local beaches today. We had a look down the coast at the shark protection net area in North
we'll
Coogee.
be swimming
So
there.
that's cool.
And there's another place just before there,
Yes, there was.
where-
Yep,
where I
Seaway
could
Conno
just-
Beach. Yeah.
I could just sit in the water. No, the little shallow spot.
Oh, the little shallow
where they
section,
live
absolutely.
just past the marina.
By the marina, yeah.
I'm just going to sit there in summer.
Okay.
Just going to sit in
Sounds
that
good.
water and just... Because it's a still water area of the beach. So there's no waves in that
She's
one.
found a happy place already. She's ready for
There's
summer.
lots of sand. I've got my bucket and stuff.
But apparently
And
you need a wetsuit. In today's temperature, considering it was 14 degrees tops, it was pretty damn cold.
It's just so I can swim extra time of the year.
Sure, makes sense as well. So we have to try and... That's actually not a bad idea anyway. It actually will give you some compression, which will help other parts of your condition, like your edema and your pot. So having a wetsuit is actually not a bad thing to have. Keeping you warm will help your thermodysregulation.
So
you don't
it's
get
like,
over.
it's nearly ready to swim, but not quite. Put the wetsuit on.
Well, there you go.
And I'm going to boogie board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. It just means I'm going to have to be in the water with you right next to you.
And I'm going to do it again. You have to be next to me. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Stay tuned. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell because Diane's living her life to the fullest. Me, I'm just going to be running around after her trying to go, ah! Crazy, yep.
What's up, dude? You know, like,
What's up?
like Nemo. The turtles.
Okay, yes, the turtles.
Hey, dude. How's it going, dude? They're so cute.
They are
Makes you want a
indeed.
turtle.
Now, if you have any questions about the Nightwatch,
turtle?
I have no words. If you have any questions about the Nightwatch, you can ask those below in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
A pet turtle?
If you have information about pet turtles, I think you need a Category 3 wildlife license for those in a large terrarium aquarium.
Ah.
Yeah, it needs a lot more space to be able to do things.
Can I put it under the bench next to his cat bowls?
No.
It's entertainment for him.
No, that's not nice.
He would love it under there, the little turtle.
We'll have conversations about that
Build
later.
him a
If
beautiful
you haven't
little
subscribed, don't
apartment.
forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Of course, give us a thumbs up as we go
be
through.
a dragon then.
You're working on your zoo, aren't you?
They're so cute.
I feel like I'm becoming a zookeeper. Help.
They're so cute.
They actually
Okay,
are.
another
Yes.
floof then.
I think so. That might be something else that's on the card.
Anyway,
that's what we've got. The Nightwatch. Thank you very much for watching. Let's hope we can get this set
we
up and running.
do recommend that if you're in Australia or anywhere that this is available, we do recommend this one. We have tried it.
Wearable devices are better. There are also mats that you can put underneath your bed to lie on, but the problem with those, particularly when you've got high levels of pressure care with an alternating air mattress and things like that, they're not as sensitive and may not work. So in your case, with high level 4 pressure care,
it's the air mattress
ain't a win situation.
Oscillates.
It oscillates.
Oscillates.
Wow, oscillating.
So when I move, it kind of goes.
That's right.
And then I move and it goes.
Yep,
kind of like a waterbed.
Indeed, except it doesn't have water.
There's no water there.
Funny about that.
With a pump. Electric.
Yes, thank God for that.
And you know what?
And different sensitivities.
Germans are good at engineering.
They are. Indeed, they are as well. All right, guys, we're going to love you and leave you there. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in another episode real soon. Bye for now.